Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Remote No Pressure podcast. My name is Jeff Troutman, and it's kind of different. This is kind of a different episode. I had an interview a week or two ago on our local NPR station, and I told you guys that if I put it out there, that if I get the audio, that I'll put it out there for you guys to take a listen to. And I've been a little hesitant. One of the reasons why, first of all, is as she was talking to me, and I also did an interview with a magazine here in town as well, a week or two ago, is that it's incredibly hard to talk about myself. Um, there's so many cool stories. There's so many cool people out there, um, that oftentimes it's just really hard to do that. Um, I think maybe because of how I was raised too, and it's not always polite to talk about yourself. But it was a cool interview and it was a good time, and I'm learning how to do this thing, just kind of winging it, trying to figure things out. Um, so on the interview with NPR here, I talk about a little bit about our podcast and what we're all about. And obviously in episode 00, it's the very first thing we ever did. It was entitled Who We Are. And the question is, why do we do this podcast? Why did we set out on a journey to tell the world about fly fishing? Well, a couple of things. I really believe, I allude to a study that was done recently that said 70% of people are completely disengaged in their jobs. And I know that a lot of you out there that are listening probably hate your job and you never dreamed of doing something, doing the career that you're doing, or maybe you're just unhappy with your work. Um, and we believe life is worth living. We believe that you are so much more than that. And if you take yourself out of your moment, out of those stresses that you're in, and go fly fishing or do anything outdoors, and just make it a point to go fishing or make it a point to get outdoors, your brain will begin. We believe that your brain will, I'm not a psychologist or a doctor, as many of you know, but we believe that when you do that, as I did it, that there's something almost spiritual and supernatural about that. And it's life changing. It truly is. And our goal here at the Remote No Pressure podcast is to tell everyone about that, because if 70% of you guys are stressed out every day, drinking too much, smoking too much, trying to just cope with life because it's miserable or because it's just stressful, it's hard, we believe that there's a way out. And we're here because for that reason. That is the main reason that Remote No Pressure exist. It's not because we get to meet cool people and talk to them. Every person we talk to has gone through some pretty difficult times, and fishing has been a key component to their recovery. And I just want to encourage anyone who's listening. If you're going through something, if you're just really dealing with stress right now, tune in to what we're doing. Plug in. Um, and join what we're doing, and also get help if you need it. Um, One other thing I'm doing, there's a couple of songs that are gonna be played on the remote, or gonna be played on the interview. And what I'm doing, just because it's a moment to talk about what we're doing here. For the holidays, we're giving away, because it's November 2017. I don't know when you're listening to this, but we're going to give away 4 CDs and 4 decals. Our limited Jake Kanoth decals are so sweet. Um, for free, we're going to give 4 of them away, like a package deal. If you go to our website at remotenopressure.com and join our mailing list, that will make you eligible for the giveaway. And I really hope you guys enjoy the interview. It was a lot of fun. And I just want to say thank you all. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you to all the emails we've been getting, saying people have been helped through the interview. It's very humbling. Thank you all to all the listeners, and just to my buddy Bill, and to everyone who's just, and my wife and my kids, and that have just sacrificed a lot. And I just want to say thank you to everyone, because it really is such an amazing journey. And it is. I mean, it almost brings me to tears as I talk about it, all that's been going on. And I just want to say thank you so much. Um, go to our website, remotenopressure.com, sign up for the mailing list because we want to give you guys, I want to give you guys something, and just some gratitude. So sign up for the mailing list. And if you sign up for a mailing list, we will choose someone to win the 4 CDs and 4 decals for Christmas. So I love you guys, and thank you so much for all that you're doing. And just go out there and encourage other people to fish, to get out there and clear their mind. Even if they don't tune into the podcast, just get them fishing, get them in the outdoors. And we all know someone who needs it, that grumpy guy at work or whatever. One more thing. I always say this line, welcome to the podcast. Let's start the fire. And just to share with you, fire is a very sacred part of who we are, just because there's something about the stories told around a fire that's in our soul, that's in every single culture. Fire is so important. So welcome to the podcast. Let's light the fire.
Guest here to share his talents. Jennison's Jeff Troutman turned to fly fishing 5 years ago. Well, my notes say as an escape from his career in the financial world. From the moment he cast his first line, Jeff, I have a feeling you discovered something that would profoundly impact your life because you're here with your guitar. Good morning to you, Jeff.
Good morning, Shelley. How are you?
Doing fine. Well, what's up with the financial world? It puts butter on the bread, doesn't it?
Absolutely. But you know what, Shelley, of all the interviews that we have lined up and that we've done, I was super excited to talk to you, Shelley. So let me tell you why, because in the middle of your life, or in your mid-30s, you stepped out of physical therapy and you went out and did something that you were passionate and that you loved about. So if anyone understands what I'm doing, it's you.
Yeah, but this interview is about you.
I understand.
But you're right, Jeff.
But yes,
wow.
I was very stressed out in the financial world and decided, hey, I needed to take up a hobby to help deal with some of the stresses. And I took up fly fishing and fell in love with it. So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to probably talk to you for a little bit and then maybe steal a little bit of the next half hour so that we don't rush you through, Jeff. But at what point, why fly fishing? How did that come up into your life?
I'd always been a fisherman. I'm from Texas originally, so I've always grew up fishing salt, actually, in the salt water. And as you go to college and you start a career, your life changes a little bit, and you forget about those things that you loved as a kid. And I've always had a passion for singing, songwriting, and it's always kind of a way I've coped with life. When I was 11 years old, I was hit by a drunk driver. I couldn't walk on my own for 3 years, and that's how I started playing guitar, because I was on my back. I couldn't do anything. So that's how I found guitar playing. And then fast forward 20, 25 years later, and I'm working in finance and stressful time, and I deal with the stress through fly fishing.
When was it time to say, got to leave the corporate world?
About 3-4 years ago, I was working here at Merrill Lynch downtown here off Monroe Avenue. And I decided, hey, this isn't for me. I needed to do something else.
Nothing to do with my friend Amy, right?
No, Amy's a great gal.
So here you are. You make this change. You now are on a mission to share your world of music and fly fishing with others. Tell me about this step.
Yeah, so I run a podcast at remotenopressure.com. And what we do is we interview different people in the fly fishing community, some bigger names in the community, and they talk to us about how they've coped with stress or cope with life through fly fishing. And also, a lot of these guys are self-employed fly fishing guides who stepped out and took a risk similar to what you did, Shelley, and doing something that they love. And they found fly fishing as what they were passionate about, and they pursued it, and were very successful in that.
Awesome. I'm going to be blunt. Is there a family that questioned what you were doing?
As long as the bills are paid, my family doesn't ask me questions. So I do work at an equipment company, Integrity Truck and Equipment, here in Granville, Michigan, where I work with my good friend Tim, and we buy and sell heavy equipment by day and fly fish and do podcasting by night.
There you go. I'm on the radio. That's what we do. Jeff, would you share, you have recently presented your first album here?
Yeah, so I recently released an album back in September called Songs About Fly Fishing, where we sing songs about fly fishing.
Get your guitar out, my friend.
All right.
Again, talking with Jeff Troutman. Turned to fly fishing 5 years ago, now on a mission to share your world of music and fly fishing with your fishing podcast, Remote No Pressure, and then songs about fly fishing containing some songs. So sing us a song, Jeff.
Sun begins to shine, the fog appears and then subsides. Like the thoughts inside my head, all is clear. Tie on a local flight, one I've never tried, and hope and pray as it drifts by that it is all they said it'd be. Well, the streets aren't made of gold, ivory, or precious stones, so the mud and rocks they're gonna have to do. No choirs of angels here, but this river sure is clear. Oh, this is the heaven that I know. Clouds begin to gather, turns into perfect weather, to be out on this river all alone. Slightly overcast, but this one will be my last. But I swear I said that 1,000 casts to go. Well, the streets aren't made of gold, ivory, or precious stones, so the mud and rocks they're gonna have to do. No choirs of angels here, but this river sure is clear. Oh, this is the heaven that I know. In that sweet by and by, winding rivers, hooks and flies, it's here I live, it's here I'll die. In that sweet, sweet by and by. Where the streets aren't made of gold, ivory, or precious stones, so the mud and rocks they're gonna have to do. No choirs of angels here, but this river sure is clear. Oh, this is the heaven that I know.
Oh, round of applause. Jeff Troutman, again, you've got it down. Songs about fly fishing, where I understand your favorite song is Heaven, which highlights your life growing up in the country, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Hell, it works. How are you... Well, here, it's lyrics. Streets aren't made of gold, ivory, or precious stones, so the mud and rocks are going to have to do. Yes. So what's your recommendation to one who is ready to make a change?
Well, there was a study done a few years ago saying 70% of people are completely disengaged with their work. They hate their job. About 50% of those hate their job. And what makes a person successful? I've been around sales my whole life. And you have these guys that are great performers, and then you have these guys that kind of just barely make it. And you wonder why. You know, what you start to ask that question. And I really firmly believe in my heart, it's because they're passionate about what they're doing. So if we can dial into that, you can be passionate. But first, a lot of times you just have to remove yourself from your situation. Maybe go fishing once a week in the afternoon, clear your head, and figure out next steps and begin to make a plan.
We can find out more of your podcast and your songs about fly fishing. How?
If you visit our website at remotenopressure.com.
That remote no pressure. Have time for another song.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
This song is called 6th Street Dam.
We'll let you go out with 6th Street Dam. Jeff Troutman, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Shelley. Fly fishing at the 6th Street Dam. My dad taught me how to stand. He made me the man I am, made me who I ought to be. Taught me how to roll my cast, when to care, when to let things pass. He made me the man I am, made me who I ought to be. He said, do the best you can, lend a helping hand, love the ones you want to hate the most. You're gonna win and lose a lot, boy, so just give it all you got. This life's a river that's running wild. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Remote No Pressure podcast. Thank you so much for listening today.
Don't forget we're doing that giveaway, so be sure to go to our website at remotenopressure.com, sign up for our mailing list. And seriously, until next time, seriously, try to get out and do some fishing, get outdoors, get outside. I know it's cold. It's November. I don't know when you're listening to this, but it's really cold outside in Michigan. But until next time, go fishing.
There's a river that's just north of town, the same old river where I nearly drowned. I've sailed the oceans and I've fished the 7 seas, but with every cast I make I hear my river calling me. Roll on, old river, roll on, old friend of mine. Roll on, old river, roll on, old friend. Smallies in the summertime, you catch steelhead in the spring. The run of late October, well, who knows what winter brings. Pluck up a goose that stuck around long after his friends flew down south, just to have a moment all to himself. Roll on, old river, roll on, old friend of mine. Roll on, old river, roll on, old friend. Roll on, old river, roll on, old friend of mine. Roll on, old river, roll on, old friend. There's a river just north of town, the same old river where I nearly